So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Toxic Wrestling. We're playing our Attitude Era mod 1998 in May at the moment. We are on the road to the King of the Ring, and today we are going to book the King of the Ring pay-per-view. Well, book it in terms of decide what our brackets will be for King of the Ring, who's going to win the King of the Ring tournament, and figure out who's going to be in the tournament. So that's our plan for today. That's basically going to be the whole pay-per-view, King of the Ring. You know, we're going old school. We're going to have the majority of the tournament take place on the actual pay-per-view itself. Not just the final, not just the semi-finals. The quarterfinals will take place as well. We're going old school in this one. So we need to figure out who deserves to be on the King of the Ring. And, I mean, we could do qualifying matches as well. So we might have some of our top guys competing over the next few weeks just to give us some strong matches on Raw. But obviously Austin is the champion at the moment. You've got some big names like Owen Hart, Mankind, Shamrock, Kane, The Rock, Taker, Triple H, all readily available to be a part of this King of the Ring tournament. All doing nothing at the moment. You know, the only guy doing something at the moment with Austin is Kane. So you might be able to separate Kane and Austin for the King of the Ring and have them have an actual one-on-one match on that pay-per-view. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you stretch out that feud a little bit longer and you do something a little bit later on. Not sure. But you've got those guys. They'll probably fill out majority of the spots, but there might be one or two spots allocated to someone down here. I think X-Pac, who just made his return, would probably fit well in that. And he's got 60 popularity. But in terms of popularity, Jeff Jarrett would probably be the best pick out of the lot here. And Ahmed Johnson, surprisingly, would be probably pretty good as well. So you've got a couple options. Oh yeah, and Vader. I did forget about Vader, but he's there as well. So you've got a couple options there if you want to put some upper mid-carders in the King of the Ring. But qualifying matches and things like that, this is where we will use the mid-card spots to try and fill out the qualifying matches and give them some losses and things like that. But you could have, you know, Val Venus work with maybe Steve Austin, have a really killer match to try and improve his popularity. Mark Henry do the same. So that's where we can try and help out the mid-card a little bit and have them work with some of the top guys to do that. We do have some storylines here, but obviously we need to try and weed out the ones we no longer want. Vader beat Jeff Jarrett, and you could probably say that'll be the end of that feud now that Jeff Jarrett lost his hair. Now, I guess we might as well change that picture of his now that we remember. We could finally get rid of this terrible hair he's got. I mean, we could go straight up this photo. Put that one in just in case. And yeah, so look, it's either the cowboy hat and then it goes to the long hair. That's probably a better version of that one. Jeff Jarrett looking cool with the glasses, I guess. Okay, so yeah, we could go with that. So we'll end that feud here. We no longer need that one anymore. We could get a rematch out of these two. We still haven't really done much with this. The Blackjacks, well, Bradshaw's beaten Barry Windham a couple times now, so I feel like that feud is probably done and we can move Bradshaw on. The Triple Threat IC title match. I'd say all these guys will be involved in King of the Ring, so you could even keep this storyline opened up just to advance that, or maybe you could even change the storyline and transition that into the Triple Threat, into the King of the Ring storyline if you wanted to. If you want to, you know, cheat a little bit and get a bit of extra storyline hit out of it. And Val Venus, well, he's beaten Chains enough now. I think it's time we probably move Val Venus on as well. So this will give us a little bit of new stuff to work with. Mark Henry beat The Rock to kind of signify the end of that storyline. So we could also move The Rock on to something better as well. Get him moving on from the Nation of Domination. I suppose we have to make sure that The Rock is no longer in the Nation of Domination, which he was. So move him out. D'Lo, Farouk, Karma, and Mark Henry still are the Nation of Domination. So that's fine. Now, how long will I keep the Nation of Domination going for? I'm not sure, because if you split them up, I'm not sure what you do with Farouk. I'm not sure what you do with D'Lo. You know, Karma obviously transitioned him into the Godfather. Mark Henry, well, we have to push Mark Henry, so we'll have plans for him. But yeah, but I'm not sure what you would do with D'Lo and Farouk. in particular. I think those are the two guys that would probably miss out, whereas everyone else would probably do okay. So, Jay Smith says, put Farouk in the APA. Yeah, that's also what you could do. I am planning on having Bradshaw maybe running solo, or at least going with the corporation when I do form that. So I'm not sure if Farouk could factor into that. He definitely could. We could have Farouk and Bradshaw running together as, the bodyguards or the two badasses of the corporation, which I think would work out pretty well as well. So that's an option for us if we want to go down that as well. But I guess that leaves D'Lo Brown as the unlucky candidate. I mean, D'Lo and Mark Henry are technically a tag team, and we could keep them as a tag team going forward and have D'Lo get a bit of a push with Mark Henry at the same time. So that's an option there if you want to go ahead and try and do that. But right now, we need to kind of figure out what's going to be our King of the Ring and who's going to be in it, and decide who's going to win the tournament and what the semi-finals, what the quarterfinals are going to be, to try and get the best possible King of the Ring pay-per-view that we can do. So there you go. That's the King of the Ring. Very, very rough, but we got it there. So, Mankind, Jeff Jarrett, Triple H, Owen Hart, The Rock, X-Pac, Ken Shamrock, and Taker. Taker, Rock, Triple H advance. Mankind, Triple H in the semis. The Rock and Taker in the semis. Undertaker and Mankind win. Mankind and Undertaker in the final. Undertaker wins. Taker versus Stone Cold at SummerSlam. Which I know happened in real life, but it's our best option. That's why we're doing it. It's still our best option right now. This is Raw is War. Let's take a look at the results of our first show since Over the Edge, and our first show on the road to King of the Ring. So Chains took on Funaki, had a 49 rated match at the pre-show, 5-minute match, and Chains picked up a win with a primetime slam. Chains 48, Funaki 39. Obviously, we are thinking about giving Chains a push and maybe repackaging him in a tag team or doing something different with Chains. So we're testing out his performance, and he's got about 43 pop, a 48 in-ring performance is not too bad. We opened the show with Vince McMahon, who announced a King of the Ring tournament. So he announced that there will be a King of the Ring tournament, and he suggested a few names such as Triple H, Ken Shamrock, Mankind, Taker, Owen Hart, that could actually go on to win the whole thing. He thinks those guys will be tremendous additions, to the King of the Ring, and they will be a part of it. So it confirms that they'll be in the tournament. Alright, so 92 for that one. Good start. The Rock, he's a part of the King of the Ring tournament because he's defeated William Regal to qualify. The Rock 74, Regal 61, 78 rated match. Nice match in the end. So The Rock picks up the win. Qualifies for the tournament, 15-minute matchup. Yeah, very good. Mankind. He had a 94 rated promo as he hyped up a potential match against The Undertaker. So obviously, Mankind has been chasing The Undertaker around for a while now, trying his best to get The Undertaker to appear. Well, now he might just have his chance in the King of the Ring tournament, and he says that he's going to make sure that he qualifies for the King of the Ring tournament to give himself a chance to face The Undertaker. Taka Michinoku took on Scott Taylor for a 56 rated matchup. Michinoku 56, Taylor 40. Very good from Taka. After the match though, Brian Pillman got him again. Another attack from Pillman, another blind side. Taka taken out again by Pillman 56. We had an encore presentation of Val Venus and Sonny's latest flick. 43 for that one. D'Lo and Henry teamed up to take on the DOA. Mark Henry, 48. Oof. Best performance you'll see out of him. And a 50 rated performance from D'Lo. So both guys do better with the tag team. And Skull and 8-Ball, 38 apiece for 44 overall. Steve Austin, 100 rated promo as he kind of talked about what happened at Over the Edge in the future between himself and Kane. Main event was Triple H and Vader. 81 rated match. Could have been a little bit better, you thought. Triple H 91, Vader 77, and Owen Hart on commentary. So Triple H picks up the win. He's qualified for King of the Ring, and Vader has not. So potentially Vader and Chains, we're thinking about maybe teaming them up together. So we'll see how that goes. But Triple H qualifies and puts him through. And then afterwards, Owen Hart and Triple H had a bit of a stare down. So the situation between Owen and Triple H is not over yet. Perhaps one last interaction between the two with a stare down happening there. 85 rated show. Alright, let's take a look at what happened in some of our emails. 8ball's not happy that he's losing all the time. That's a shame. 27.22 rating for Raw is War. Taka's going to be a star in my opinion. Vader, a fan of Taka. Let's take a look at the ratings battle. So we had 20,420,000 viewers. Very good. 13,000 attendance. WCW, 23.41, just 17.5 million viewers. So we are almost smashing Nitro now, aren't we? We really are. Bulldog and DDP in the main event against Hitman and Luger only got 85. That's a bit low, what you'd think. I mean, Bulldog probably hasn't got the popularity yet, and Luger's probably not got the ring ability, whereas Bret Hart obviously does. So does DDP. Those two guys have been their two MVPs in recent times. So yeah, what else happened? Not much. Flair beat Mortis. No Jericho, no Benoit, no Guerrero, no Mysterio. All the big names that I'd love to have in my company, not even getting on their damn show. Alright, so let's keep on moving along. So we'll try Chains and Vader. We'll see how that goes. I mean, Chains, his alter ego is Brian Lee. He was the Underfaker for a while. So I suppose Brian Lee might be where you end up going with Chains and recalling him Brian Lee, which would be fine. So he's got 62 brawl, so he'd work well with Vader, I think. They got pretty similar styles, I guess, as well. WCW have indicated that Sting is going to be the new figurehead of the company. Okay. So now that Hogan's gone, they're going to go all in on Sting. Probably the best option, I would say. Sting or Bret Hart. Alright. So we might actually start to see Sting get the belt and get featured. He's had 4 matches. Oh no, 5 matches so far. I mean, that's not good enough, is it? I mean, Sting, yeah, is one of those characters you use sporadically, but this much? 5 matches as your top guy, and it's been 8 months or something now. Alright, Shotgun Saturday Night, let's take a look at the results. So we took a look at Vader and Chains, and oh my goodness, have we found ourselves a new tag team. Excellent chemistry between the two. Vader and Chains. Vader, 86. 86 from Vader? Chains, 51. Regal, 64. Finlay, 61. Chains seemed off his game. Well, I want to see him on his game because that was still pretty damn good. 75, dude. Wow. So we said, you know what, Vader and Chains, they might work as a tag team. Put them together, excellent chemistry. Oh, they work as a tag team, all right. Oh my goodness. I just wish we could keep Vader for a little bit longer now because we only had this team for 6 months. This is a good team. This could be future tag champs right there. Oh well. Daniels promo, 50. That's a pretty good promo from Chris Daniels. Nice. Val Venis, 60 for his promo. That's even better. Karma and Ahmed, 68 rated there. They have good chemistry between each other. Karma, 54. Ahmed, 68. And kind of hinting that Karma might be looking to turn. He's getting frustrated and things aren't going his way. Goldust took on D'Lo Brown in the main event. The European title was on the line. Goldust successfully defended it for 67. Goldust 72, D'Lo 50. So 2 losses tonight for the nation. And afterwards, they're backstage, they're fuming, they're arguing, they're not happy at all with what's been going on. D'Lo's pissed, Karma's pissed. And in comes Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette enters into the locker room and says, you know what guys, hey, if you ever need some help, you ever need someone to fix your problems, here's my card, give me a call. Farouk's telling him to get the hell out. Karma's not interested, D'Lo's not interested. Mark Henry turns around and says, you know, gives him a bit of a look and thinks about it. Just says, okay. He takes the card. Maybe he takes the card without the rest of them seeing him do it. And it kind of suggests that maybe Henry is interested in Jim Cornette's services. And that's the 67 rated Shotgun Saturday Night. We got WCW Slamboree They had 20,000, well 19,000 fans. Bret Hart, the MVP of the show. Let's take a look at the results. 89 rated pay-per-view. Featured Scott Hall beating Randy Savage to retain the world title. So yes, Scott Hall is the world champion here and killing it as world champion. Bret Hart beat Kevin Nash for 94. So clearly Scott Hall, Bret Hart, perhaps they're two go-to guys. Scott Hall, 84 pop. Not bad. Macho Man, 84 as well. Rick Steiner beat Ric Flair for 87. Brad Armstrong beat Kidman. Booker T beat Rick Martel to keep the US title. Landy defeated Mortis, Goldberg, and Lodi, so Goldberg takes another L. Riggs defeated Glacier and Saturn, that's exciting. Ultimate Dragon beat Hammer for 68. Alex Wright beat Evan Courageous. So again, no Jericho, no Benoit, no Mysterio, no Guerrero. It's a lot of good names they're not getting on the card. They had 410,000 buys. 19,000. That's a bit of a low attendance for them. They normally get much higher attendances than us. So perhaps things aren't really going their way. This is the results for Raw is War. Let's take a look. So we opened up with Kane, who is back since his first appearance since Over the Edge. McMahon says, "You know what, Kane? You put your hands on me at Over the Edge. What the hell was that? What's going on? And what are we doing here? Are you gonna? Are we working together to try and beat Austin? What's the deal?" And Paul Bearer, kind of says, "Okay, look, Kane just stepped out of line. I've sorted him out. We've taken a week off to cool down. Everything's okay." So kind of reassuring that things are back on track and suggesting that Kane will get another opportunity down the line for the title. Road Dogg defeated, Ken Shamrock defeated Road Dogg to qualify for the King of the Ring. Shamrock 88, Road Dogg 67 for a 75 rated match, so kind of met each other in the middle. D'Lo Brown and Mark Henry were backstage when D'Lo was giving Mark Henry a bit of a pep talk, saying, "Henry, tonight's a big match. You're taking on Mankind in the main event for a King of the Ring qualifier. You got to win this one tonight. We need you to win this one." So give it a bit of a pep talk. Steve Blackman took on Kane. So Kane was in action, had an 81 rated performance for an 80 overall match. Blackman 52. Kane picked up the victory. Vader and Chains backstage. And they decided, hey, we had a great match on Shotgun Saturday Night. Let's team up full time. So they decided to become a full-on tag team. Chains looked dreadful. Vader looked like a star. Okay. We also had Val Venus pick up... Val Venus had a promo hyping himself up for 61. So I think that's one of the strategies for Val at the moment. Just promos. That's his best attribute at the moment. We try and maybe get a couple popularity points out of that until we're ready to give him the next feud. We'll give a match against The Undertaker perhaps to qualify for King of the Ring. But at the moment we're kind of a little stagnant, but hopefully we'll pick up with Val and give him something to do soon. Bradshaw took on Savio Vega. We gave Bradshaw the victory when he won by a powerbomb. Bradshaw 59, Savio 57. Bradshaw, what a good performance. 61 rated match for that one there. And the main event was Mark Henry and Mankind, 78. Mankind 90 and Mark Henry 41. So Mankind with the mega super duper carry. Henry was pretty bad, but Mark Henry was tiring towards the end. Okay, so 15 minutes too much for him to handle. But he gave everything he had, Mark Henry. He tried his best, but even his best just was not good enough. So another loss for the Nation of Domination. But Mark Henry, hopefully, might gain a little bit out of that from wrestling Mankind anyways. After the match, Mankind challenged The Undertaker to a match. He's challenged him to a match, but also he's keen on competing against him in the King of the Ring. So he continues to call The Undertaker out for 86. Gives us an 83 rated show. We had 20,280,000, 27.04 TV ratings, so a little bit down, I believe. And Nitro, 23.33, 17.5. They might have gained a little bit themselves. Main event was the Bulldog and DDP retaining the tag titles against the Steiners for 92. Love to have the Steiners. Hey, Chris Jericho got on the card. He had an 80 rated match against Conan. He even had a title shot and lost. Stevie Ray beat Riggs, Booker T beat Lodi, Ric Flair had a match. Well, hey, at least Chris Jericho got on the card. That's a start. Had a good match, though, against Conan. That's why you got to push the man. Conan, he's got only 57 pops. So Jericho 53, Conan 57. Put on an 80. That shows their potential. Very, very good.